Hello, and welcome to the second season of And We Vote. I'm your host, Kirsten Hernandez. Today's episode is sponsored by political parties. Political parties, like regular parties, but with none of the alcohol and all the regrets. In this episode, we cover a police brutality protest outside the CSULB bookstore, First Amendment Day in the Beach Auditorium, and we asked students outside the library what they thought about the current election. And of course, we asked two CSULB students to join us for some challenging questions about politics, just 1 month away from our new elected president and or our impending doom. Let's get started.
Can you see why the dawn's early?
Okay, people, it looks like we're going to get started a little late. NBC just got here, and so we're waiting for them to get set up. So give us a few minutes. It looks like we're going to get started late, okay?
Where are all the riots that CNN promised us? In a country with seemingly uncontrollable consequences due to race relations, a Long Beach student must ask, what will happen when it finally hits our campus?
2 officers shooting and killing 23-year-old Noel Aguilar while he was face down on the ground, handcuffed. They planted a gun on him right here in Long Beach, right here, home.
We live in an age where cameras have already demonstrated how brutal bad police can be.
Police misconduct at other campuses where faculty have had to go so far as to advise the students on what to do when confronted by law enforcement for driving while brown.
Maybe these people are trying less to make a media spectacle, and we're trying to simply lessen the struggle they have to go through.
I was coming to watch and observe everything going on, and I was actually asked to participate and help out holding the sign, and of course I would like to be a part of something this major.
By saying all lives matter, you're negating everything that they're trying to call attention to. By saying Black Lives Matter, it means that Black Lives Matter too.
Okay, if JFK were to eat salad, or I guess if he were a salad,
sure that he's eating salad.
he would be like a Caesar salad, right?
No, I disagree.
Well, I don't think like Abraham Lincoln ate any salad.
But he'd be a Caesar salad
clearly
too.
He's not.
Because of Julius Caesar.
Okay.
He was assassinated.
No, but I don't think.
Let's carry this thing.
Hi, did you watch the debate on Monday?
I did.
Who do you think won Monday's debate?
I think Hillary won.
Hillary?
I believe Hillary Clinton did.
Say Hillary Clinton.
I just felt like she handled it more professionally. Her opponent, Donald Trump, was a little bit, I think, childish, I would say. Some people said, well, they thought it was script. She didn't get upset. When you are running for an office, people don't want to see that much emotions. They need you to stay focused on the topics. I think she did that.
The debate does more than just show us who won, because that's such a superficial thing. It shows us what these people are.
Who do you feel has more credibility to be president?
I'll repeat that answer. Don't make me answer that question. It's terrible.
Many of the large networks decided not to do online fact-checking. Why do you feel that is?
Because they're both liars.
How many times do you think he said the word stamina in that debate?
I was actually surprised he even knew what that meant.
Do you think that this debate will change the minds of any undecided voters?
Yeah, most definitely will. Because it's in November, right? Yeah, it's coming up soon, so.
My government teacher in high school was like, let's break down politician. The first half is poly, which means a lot. The second word is tick, blood-sucking insect.
Why do you think that we have two awful candidates?
I think that JFK would have eaten a Caesar salad. I feel like Caesar salads have too much flash. He was like a cutie pie, like he was, Hollywood. I don't feel like he was a frilly kind of dude. I feel like Caesar salads are like George W. Bush.
I think George W. Bush's idea of a salad is just like one piece of lettuce on a steak.
Today we have two CSULB students.
Hi, I'm a film major, my 4th year, screenwriting, and a theater minor. I can do every accent except the British one. Sometimes it comes out Scottish. Sometimes I go down under, do some Australian accents.
Hi, I'm an art major, film minor, And my weird talent is I make weird noises. Do you want to hear some?
I would very much like to hear your weird noises.
Usually, like, I get startled really easily, so someone will come up behind me and it's just like, wah! Like, so people often do it just so they hear.
Very nice. Thank you for coming. And I need to ask you the most important question you guys are going to be asked the whole day. Are you guys voting in November?
Of course.
That's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
All right. So here's how the game works. I will read off a question about politics. You two will have 15 seconds to figure out a reasonable solution to the problem. If you guys can do that, you guys will win democracy. But if you cannot do that, then nothing will happen. Just like the UN's response to Aleppo. Google it. Ready to play?
Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome. Let's get started. Earlier this month, Hillary Clinton dealt with a case of pneumonia. Many critics believe that her health would be a large factor in determining her qualifications for being president, and they urged her to release her health record. Donald Trump openly gave his results to a physical exam on Dr. Oz to show that his only health issue was being overweight. How much does a person's health determine their qualifications for president? Should they release their health statements? Should they be forced to? 15 seconds on the clock. Go.
We're all gonna die anyways.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, they're all old. Don't you have
All
to
of
be
them
a
are
certain
old.
age?
You have to be old to be president,
Yeah.
I think.
So why
So
does
that
health
makes sense.
matter? They just have to be alive, right?
Yeah, like let them run. If they die, they die. The
Yeah.
vice president steps in.
All right, time's up. So should the public know about somebody's health record?
Ooh, if it's
That's kind of personal.
if it's psychological,
Like-
if someone's crazy, like Trump.
Yeah, like if they're insane, then
Yeah, so-
maybe. But I feel like everyone who's like running the country is kind of insane anyway. So then they'd all have to release it.
In August, San Francisco 49er quarterback Colin Kaepernick refused to stand during the playing of a national anthem before the football game. He explains that he did not want to stand to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses people of color. Some people thought this decision was unpatriotic, while others thought he was brave for making a public statement. Soccer player Megan Rapinoe followed Kaepernick's lead by kneeling at her own game to raise attention for the LGBT community. Contestants, do you think it's unpatriotic to kneel for the national anthem, or do you think that this is a form of patriotism? 15 seconds on the clock.
I mean, like, we live in a free country.
Yeah, like
so,
let people do what they want.
Like forcing someone to kneel is
They're
kind of
forcing
culty.
someone to stand.
That too. Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's like unpatriotic if they make them do that.
All right, guys, what did you come up with?
So, it's a free country. If he doesn't want to stand, then he doesn't have to stand. Isn't that like the whole point? That you shouldn't have to do anything that you don't want to, because we're American. We're so like amazing.
We're going to play a word association game. I'm going to read off a word from my handy dandy card, and then both of you will say the first thing that comes to mind, no matter how crazy or offensive or weird it may be. American flag.
Dumpster.
American figs.
First Amendment.
Second Amendment.
Hamilton.
Democracy.
Donuts.
Democracy.
Immigration.
People.
Building a wall.
Conservative.
Conventions.
My grandmother.
Hillary Clinton.
White.
Hillary Clinton.
Donald Trump.
Orange.
Donald Duck.
Obama.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Politics.
Stupid.
Adult.
Fives all around. Thank you for embarrassing yourself on my television show. I love it.
I know what Dick Cheney's favorite dressing is.
What is it?
Vinegar and oil.
The blood of his enemies.
Talking about some very important issues related to not only the election, but student media and all about the First Amendment.
Now we're getting all of these voices that otherwise wouldn't have been recognized as part of a larger discussion. And I think that that's activating a lot of change and really giving this sense to the general public, like, individual voices do matter.
Older generations that are deciding your future, I think that that's what people our age definitely have to keep in mind. Like, it's not just the president or senators or whatnot that's up, but it's what's happening in your local area that is at stake here.
Information breaks through to anybody's age. Your age, my age. Good, solid information that's interesting and that you've uncovered will be read or consumed or heard by anybody. You have that power.
Why do you believe that the youth feel disenfranchised in this election?
I mean, I don't know that we should be looking to Hillary or Donald Trump to motivate us. I think we as citizens ought to be motivated, or, we want to be part of change. We want to be part of a movement, and that's the responsibility of each citizen.
So for this election, I think it's really important to cover it because I think this is the first election where social media is a big factor in how we get the news and how we get information. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and so the media has to work really hard to make sure that none of that misinformation continues to perpetuate.
My name is Professor Kevin Johnson, and I strongly encourage all young people to get involved in the political process, to vote, to be able to engage the representatives that we have, and everyone makes a difference if we can all get involved to address the problems of our society. But we got to be involved in the political process.
Make sure you go out and vote.
Make sure to go vote this November.
Don't forget to vote.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of And We Vote, and thank you to our lovely contestants for joining us today. Remember, the deadline to register is October 24th, so just remember that you can have a voice this November. Go vote!